The drivers, characters, and events in TOECAR are fictional. Nobody was harmed in the filming of this production. Now sit back and enjoy the race.
Welcome to the Goodies Trash Series, where today we are here at South Boston Speedway. Surprisingly not in Massachusetts, in another state, I think Virginia. Maybe not, who knows. Anyways,
89
laps here at this short track, gonna be in for a chaotic one. I'm here with Mike, I'm here with Tristan. Gentlemen, I think we're in for probably one of the most chaotic races we've seen all year.
Yeah, when they start to scale down the track sizes, that's when things start to get dangerous. We've been at some really big tracks the last few weeks, but now it's time to go around the baby boy. I think it's going to be a fun little short bull ring here tonight.
So short track seems to be the outlier, I guess you could say, when it comes to TOECAR racing. Nobody knows what's going to happen. It could be fun, it could be dumb. Who knows? All I know is we're going to either kill your son or nuke Boston tonight.
Well, not only that, we're also joined by our colleague Matt in the pits, reporting on all the happenings down there. Matt, what do you got for us so far?
Yeah, guys, it's a really tight pit road down here. It's going to be a chaotic one tonight. I don't know. I'm glad it's a short track because I don't think I'll be able to keep up with all the stories as is. A lot could go on. Some tempers could flare. It's going to be a TOECAR short track race, so I'm really excited for it. I'll keep you updated on just things and stuff. Swag.
There you have it. And not only is it a short track race, this is actually our first TOECAR race on a short track where we're going to start the entire field. All 42 of our Goodies Trash Series cars are going to compete against one another. That can only mean two things: a lot of passes and a lot of accidents. And with accidents come injuries. Mike, what's this week's injury report looking like?
Well, to start, man, I was hoping to never see her on this list, but poor Claire Pressure, she had to make the list someday. She got diagnosed with baker's wrist after that crash on the front stretch early on in the race. It's caused her to have trouble baking all week long, very disappointing for her. It's the one thing she enjoys outside of racing. But nothing a little bit of bandaging couldn't fix, so she's going to be starting again this week as usual. She's definitely hoping that the first green flag run isn't as eventful as last week. Then we saw some hard hits into the turn 3 wall especially. Luckily we had the safer berries of Texas, but those hits, they still hurt. Scubs got the classic diagnosis of Massive Chris. Dadgum got diagnosed with Massive Christ. Once again, guys, this is Steve Basil's report. I'm just reading it. A couple guys I was really concerned about, Giuseppe Gabaguli and Dale Bernhardt. Got a report from the safety penguins when they got to Giuseppe's car after that crash. They didn't know what was going on. They just found marinara all over the place. They couldn't tell where out of Giuseppe it was coming from or what. But he was conscious the whole time, continued the race, and eventually ended up ruining the race. And Dale Bernhardt got turned over in that crash, and guys, this man cannot take getting turned over anymore. Like, the reflux has made it all the way up to his brain at this point. It's just burning in his head at this point. I don't think Tums can reach that high. I feel so bad for this dude. And then Clink Bottles, man, I thought for the second time in his career, I thought we lost him. Head on into the safer barrier, but luckily his head stayed attached. But as he does, he was holding a bottle while he was driving, and it shattered right against his chest when he hit the wall. Oof. So Dr. Basil was picking that out of his fire suit in his chest all night long. That was a long night. He's going to have to get paid overtime for that. Hopefully Texas covers that, because we're not. And Bill Wasabi, in only his second start, just lobotomized. Lucky for him, out of the two series, this is the car with the softer behind. And that might have saved his life, but he's been speaking just garbled language all week long. Literacy, not a requirement to race in TOECAR, so that shouldn't be a problem. But unfortunately, we do have one driver who's going to be having to sit out a week, and that's going to be Neil Anderthal. Horrible crash off of turn 2, and, you know, I said it before his crash, guys, he might look intimidating and tough, but, you know, doctors don't have experience working on these type of people. He got an x-ray done in the care center, and Dr. Basil looked at it and just went, I don't know what any of these things are. What am I, an archaeologist? So for the time being, Neil doesn't have a way to get his legs repaired, so he's going to be sitting out of the car for an entire week. Very disappointing, only his second start, but the 8 car going to continue on. This week is going to be filled in by Cold Stone Steve Ice Cream, making his first TOECAR start. We'll see him on the grid shortly. And Wyatt Wilkinson, man, when he crossed the start-finish line, I was elated for him, but at the same time, I was worried, because I knew we were in Texas, Victory Lane, a lot of rifles, and Wyatt, that's a thick boy. A lot of hungry fellers in Texas. Sure enough, leaving the track, someone tried to eat. Luckily, it just grazed him. But then Wyatt just started chanting, win, win, and then just ran off. That'll definitely get him some votes in the popularity polls. But besides Neil, everybody else is going to have to suck it up and start the race tonight.
Well, glad that it's a relatively clear injury report. It sucks for Neil, of course. We're going to hope that he recovers and gets back soon. Nonetheless, we got a race on our hands. And not only that, we got a huge fight for our playoffs right now. As you all know, TOECAR rules. Everybody that wins a race gets into the playoffs. The exception, of course, being Plot 55. That team operates as if they're all one person. So that means because of the win in Daytona from Jeff Gore, dummy, we don't have to worry about it anymore, guys. But not only that, the top 4 drivers in points without a win, no matter what spots those end up being, are all going to find their way into the playoffs too. Right now, Filet Mignon plus 33 on the cut line, Scubs plus 12, Cam Arrow plus 8, having a pretty quiet year, but he's doing the job, guys. Steel Park, a big rebound after a hideous season in Cup last year. And then right outside the cut line, 7 below, Joplin Moore, cease and desist 13 behind, Victor E. Lane 18 behind, Preston the Wall and Colonel Caleb Rose close behind as well.
Kyle, if I can interrupt for a moment, I have a breaking story from the infield. Neil Anderthal is rolling around on an easy go, scaring everybody on the pit road and in the garage area at the moment. Security officials are trying to escort him outside the track where they can put him up on the roof of the front stretch grandstands to at least separate him from human beings at the moment. I don't think he's ever been in a motorized chair before. I don't know what to say.
Well, he's going to lose his hard card doing that, guys. But that's next week's problem. Tonight, we can only start one way, and that's by going through today's Tony Stewart acoustic guitar starting grid. On pole today, Andrew in that 99 car. Track position is going to be important today, guys. Alongside him, we just talked about him near the cut line, Scubs in that 02 body armor car. P3, Ali Alakainen. That 84, that Nokia is going to be built tough as always. That's what you need here at a short track like this. Dale Bernhardt in 4th. Certainly going to get some indigestion after today's performance because he's going to be turning essentially completely left for like an hour and a half, however long this race might end up taking. Behind that, Asiago in the 54 McDonald's machine, one of the 2 McDonald's cars, of course, that grace our field every single week. With the Plot 55 car, this week driven by DeMonte Plywood up in 6th. P7 today is Fearless Fred Bush in that 28, touching tribute car / dominant car. I don't know what the change says on the side of it. You see the little pink splotch there. We did update it a little bit. And alongside that, we got the 12 car Victor Elaine trying to rebound after last week, almost having a win, get it taken away in the very last corner. And lo and behold, right behind him, the person that took it away, Wyatt Wilkinson in that 9 car, the Pepsi machine, doesn't have to worry about making the playoffs, but has to worry about getting through these first laps clean starting at 9th. And in rounding out our top 10 will be Todd, the stained trousers, guaranteed to piss himself looking at this race.
Starting 11th, we got Hud Strickland in the 79 car, and on his outside, Jackie said, breaking records every single week for amount of crashes you can be involved in. Just impressive by her. Then next row, we got Bill Wasabi. After having a lobotomy last week, it's not going to hold him back this week. The hot dog's gone through it. And Clink Bottles, glad the fans can read his roof number. Starting behind them, we got Sever Thunderstorm Varnon in the 27, and Weed Trimma, a couple guys that love the weather, starting in that row. Then the next row, we got LW Wrong, trying to keep it on the ground this week. And then in the 67, we got him back. Dega Dub, he's back in the car. Then we got Electric Bill Landlines. Can't think of anything for him. And Harvey Quinn starting his outside.
Starting 21st is going to be car 21 of David Gutterball, the Wrecking Ball himself. Outside of him is going to be Lawful Allen. Joplin Moore from Jamie McMurray is going to be in the 01. That is P23 right there. And to his outside is Massive Chris. Starting behind them, it's going to be the Colonel himself in the 59 car. And then to his outside, everyone's favorite mushroom farmer, Spore Tender. Claire Pressure, obviously, will be starting the race in the 75 and will, as usual, be swapped out with her nephew. So I don't know what the family tree is anymore, but Aaron's going to be in that car later. And then to the outside is Cold Stone Steve Ice Cream taking over for, I don't even know who he was taking over for. Shea Burns at one point. Neil Anderthal, that's right. Too many drivers in that car this season. Rest in peace, Shea Burns. Starting 29th is going to be the most forgettable driver in TOECAR history in the 37 car, CJ Simpson. And then to his outside is Cam Arrow.
Guys, I'm getting reports from pit road that bringing up the rear section of the field, we're going to have cease and desist in the 51 car with Dadgum in the 74 to his outside. And then behind that, Let Me Get Any in the 96 car, followed by Reese Ware in the 86. Big row for the number 6. Next up, Kobe Keith starts 35th on this field, and alongside him, Steele Park in the 34. Sir Lewis Hamstring in the 44 car will start 37th, and David Krappenschitz will start 38th. Preston DeWall is behind them. He's looking for a really good points day and not doing a great job at starting it because he's very far back here. Giuseppe Gabaguli in the 29 will be to his outside. And rounding out the field, we have Phil A. Mignon in the number 18 Kubota tractor, and Kyle's piece of shit driver Ron Brownback will start in the dead last position on the field. Fuck you, Kyle.
Rude. Well, as per usual, we can only begin once Jason says so. So without any further ado, let's give it to Jason Payson with the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Thank you to Jason for the transatlantic accent there. Throwback to 1940. Don't know why he said that way, but
Do you see
whatever.
that gap in the pit wall there, guys? I don't like that. Why is that there?
Oh, that's so if
Cares.
anybody wants to get to the stands in the middle of the race, they have an easy access point.
I can't argue
It is.
with that.
It's open at all times, you know. What if somebody gets fired mid-race? Do you want them to have to wait in the infield? Come on.
No, I also don't expect anybody that just got fired to be able to climb a 2-foot wall.
It's you know, climbing's hard, Mike. And you know what else is hard? Staying green here at South Boston. And as soon as Jason pulls in, we're in for a goddamn shit show. I already know it. I feel it in my bones.
Hey, here we go, boys.
Another day, another bogey. We're green. That was an awfully early start. Andrew out by a mile. And you see there, that's what makes this track so treacherous. 42 cars.
Oh,
on such a
Scubs.
tiny
Oh,
little track.
Scubs!
Come on, buddy.
Cut line driver. That's a big potential mistake he
Oh.
made.
Jackie said just being herself.
Jackie said it's a wreck magnet.
Yep,
there it is. Oh, gutter ball.
Every
Same
time.
thing.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh,
several
we got-
cars upside down. Electric Bill,
That'll
Joplin
be a
Moore.
yellow.
I mean, it better be. Joplin Moore is stuck on his roof. Looks like Lawful Allen's all torn up. No! Cold Stone Steve Ice Cream is already blown up. If you hope
This
Cold
is,
Stone Steve Ice Cream fixes that car, give me a hell yeah. That thing is destroyed. I hate to see it. Well, we saw that one coming a mile away, guys. 4 wide. Simply can't work at really any of the tracks except California and Michigan, where we'll be tomorrow, coincidentally. Jackie said gets turned, clink bottles. Really nobody's fault, just nowhere for anybody to go. They all squish up into the outside wall, and you see right there, these cars just start tipping over.
Oh.
The 34. Another one of our cut line drivers almost flipped over. The car finally sat back down. That's where Cold Stone Steve Ice Cream got all that damage. And guys, that thing's melting. Run on board with good old Cold Stone Steve Ice Cream. Tries wall riding. Brave strategy for your first ever start. And it also just goes full speed into the wreck. Wipes out poor Steele Park. That's not a great way to debut. We literally had a caveman in this car last week and he did better.
Take a look at Joplin Moore again right here. Almost gets by everything on the outside and then clinks like, "You shall not pass." And just turns them up over into that wall. That wall, even, it's perpendicular with the earth and not the racing surface, so anybody that runs into it is going to do what these two cars did and just flip on over. Worked a lot better for Bill Landlines because he got it back on the wheels.
Damage free almost.
Stick a ride on board Electric Bill landlines here. See what he sees. And it's a lot. And then it turns into not a lot.
Oh, scary.
Kind of has a nice little rollover. Oh, there goes the camera. Oh, it's back. Says hi to Job Lamore and gathers it up, gets going.
Yeah, he had the wave upside down there, so he knew what he was saying.
They were communicating.
Well, we're back here at South Boston. The pace car lights are off. Also, a couple things we have to talk about before we go green here. As you see, the entire field is one wide, one go file, if you will. That'll be the restarts all day today because, unfortunately, they don't know how to double up here. They just can't figure it out. We figured we'd throw them a bone, make things a little more simple. And as a result, we might let them get a few more overtime attempts for good behavior. We'll have to see how it shakes out. Jason Payson pulls in, goes through the barrels, and we're green. Andrew's still in the lead.
Get up on that, go!
And you have to think, too, like, you have to be panicking if you're in the back half of the field right now. Some of those guys are damaged from the first wreck. And then on top of that, you're already half a lap down as we speak. Wyatt Wilkinson in the wall.
I think it's
Gonna
just a
lose a couple
racing group
spots.
they're trying tonight, guys. I think it's going to work. The wall
It's
has
gonna
just
work.
enough banking. Oh, God. It's like progressive banking. It's not really a wall. It's just a really steep lane.
I mean, you can't argue with the logic there, Mike. The math is, in fact, mathing. Dale Earnhardt has been dropping like a rock since the green flag came out. Let's not forget, guys, he started 4th. He's got to be back to about 10th right now, maybe even worse than that. Victor E. Lane trying to rip around the high side. Not quite as high as we've seen some cars go. He's not up in the wall, but I feel like he's been here every time we've seen him, realistically, in the green.
Give him a little bit of time. He'll start using all... Yep, here we go. That's... Ooh, he actually made it work. Very impressive.
Ripping
He's been on a
top
roll.
is what they call it.
Oh,
He
look
found
at
a home
Wyatt.
up there.
He's getting aggressive. He's found a newfound passion for winning races.
Races that he doesn't win.
Yeah, he only wants to win those. He doesn't care about the races he does actually win. CJ Simpson in the wall in the Chevy Lumina. You know, the last time they raced here, they probably were driving Luminas. You'd think he'd have an advantage. Doesn't seem to be helping him so far. Also, we see at the front of this shot, the 75, we can confirm that Claire did get out of the car. That is, in fact, Aaron Pressure. Going to be, hopefully, in that car the rest of the way today. But with how this track usually races, it wouldn't shock me if that car's out before lap 50.
Yeah, my prayers are definitely with Claire right now. Her baker's wrist has been bothering her all week long from that big crash in Texas last week. She actually dropped her whole pan of cookies getting them out of the oven. That sucks.
You know, I was gonna say, is that why her cookies tasted like shit this week?
That's
I mean,
very rude. My pager's going on.
I would never
Well-
say that about...
Oh no disrespect. It's just you could tell there was a difference in those cookies.
The Pressures are TOECAR royalty. Anyways, onto a more happy note. I hear Matt has a story for us.
Yeah, guys, fortunate enough for Claire, as soon as she hopped out of the car, the track officials came up to her with the, whatever the name of the chair that Neil Anderthal was in earlier. They took it away from him and sent him outside the track. So now Claire has some wheels to get around the infield.
Well,
That's good.
I mean, it was her wrist. That was, you know what? We're not going to worry about that right now.
I was about to say the bad news is it is, in fact, on the side of her injured wrist where the controls are. So you win some, you lose some. Claire's not winning a lot, but it's okay. Maybe Aaron can pick up the slack.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Somebody's picking up some slack, and that's David Gutterball. Caught up in that first wreck. Started essentially last on this restart. Already up about 10 to 12 spots. Pretty good rebound for that 21 team, and Lord knows they need it after the way this season's gone. Ooh, behind them in the wall. Who was that?
Oh, Scubs. Oh,
That's Scubs.
oh,
What is this guy's
Doing that
problem?
early in the race too.
Reese Ware just not giving a shit about anybody's ball being flying off the wall.
Oh, I don't like that wall off turn 2, guys. There's a big opening there. The way these guys are wall riding, we just know that somebody's going to try to use those barrels to their advantage, and I just don't think that's going to end well for them.
We got
I guess
plenty
we'll find
of
out.
plenty of fent barrels to cushion the blows.
As long as there's not sugar in them like the tires at Chicago, Mike. That was dropping cars left and right. That 01 car stuck on his roof earlier. We see him still out here.
Lord.
Scubs is his own worst
Scubs?
enemy right now.
I don't know if he's his own worst enemy or if he's just being put in a position where he can't do anything about it. He is just getting bullied out here, I think. I think he wants to get off that top line. I guarantee you that. But he
He's
just can't make it work.
He started second. He's almost last, just on speed. Getting passed by absolutely everyone.
I am baffled. There's not a scratch on this 01 car. He got out of the race car, rolled it over by hand, and got back in it, and he's doing beautiful here tonight.
See, even more reasons to let damaged cars race, Mike.
Oh, God.
This 01, certainly it cannot be on the lead lap, but nonetheless, showing incredible speed, much like we talked about before, David Gutterball just carving up this pack right now. And also, in the back of this group, I don't know if anybody caught that too, the 99, the 84, and the 28 have caught the end of the pack. Andrew already lapping people right now. See him right there? I think he's below everybody in a 3-wide battle right ahead of this. Ali Alakainen trying to chase him down. This is the time to do that. Sport Tender is going a lap down. That 0 can't buy a break, guys.
In the 18 of Filet Mignon, that's one of the playoff drivers. This could be huge if we get a caution and he's trapped a lap down.
He could be employing the Denny Hamlin strategy, Tristan, at Atlanta, where you just ride in the back, collect 0 points, and say you did it for the points. Bold strategy. Gonna have to see if it pays.
Oh!
Oh, electric bill just got
That ain't
turned.
gonna work.
Oh! for the second time tonight.
Oh, LW
Oh.
destroyed. We're gonna have people plow
This
into
one
this.
looks like it hurt a little more though.
Asiago, I'd say he was 10 feet in the air.
Thank God for catch fences.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh, the
come on
12,
now,
the
relax.
12 is gonna get bullied. No.
Very rude.
That was just
Unbelievable.
uncalled for.
That's the last thing Victor Elay needed. I think he's done.
Oh, he's standing on the hood.
The official trying to get a view of all the cars. Make sure they see
You
the
got a
flag.
good look, all right.
He's dead.
Wait, is that the guy that stole my phone?
It is the guy that stole your phone. We need to find out who that is.
Matt, get on it right now.
I'm running.
Well, while he's doing that, let's see what happened.
Let's take a look at what happened here. This happened just, I don't know where exactly the leaders are. Yeah, just in front of the leaders. That's what I thought. Bill Landlines got hooked by Dad Gum, and he goes for a
Man.
wild ride. Second time he's been upside down tonight. This time, like I said earlier, this one probably hurt a little more. And then Curl got clobbered by LW Wrong. And just everyone else just trying to sneak by here. It looks like Asiago got a little piece of that. Hud Strickland. And then this is where it gets interesting here.
Ooh.
I don't know what that was all about. I
He
don't know
doubled
what
down.
he's doing. He did double down. And now we're looking at the theft of my phone.
What do you want, Matt?
Guys, it is absolute chaos down here. Duck Hudson just climbed down from the pit box of the 42 team, ran down pit road to where the 74 team is pitted, and he ripped Doug Double Bubble down from the pit box, and he's absolutely wailing on him. I cannot believe what I am seeing down here. Doug Double Bubble has been popped by Duck Hudson.
Holy
Wow.
shit. Was not expecting fights this early in the race.
They're
And you
fed
know-
up, Tristan.
After a clerical error here at South Boston, all of the safety and security people are outside the track. They can't get in. We only have the crossover gate in the pit road wall, not the regular wall. And they don't have access to the backstretch one. Unbelievable. Welcome back to TOECAR as we once again traverse turns 3 and 4. See Dadgum getting back out on track. Right now our leader is that 11 car Preston the Wall. Giuseppe Gabaguli in second, and we're
No,
green.
is it?
Yeah. Scoring hadn't been updated. Obviously, we had pit stops into the caution. Oh, wait, are they a lap down?
I think these guys were a lap down. I think that's what's going on here. That's why it was so confusing under caution. I think Andrew is still the leader. And
Oh,
we got
Massive Chris is a penalty. It looks like so does the 34 car. Points cutoff driver. Let's let them cross the line here. We'll see how everything shakes out. It's looking like Andrew might still be our leader, wherever he might be. There he is, right here. Our leader, middle of the pack. All these people ahead of him are fighting tooth and nail to keep their races alive. You get put a lap down here, it's almost game over, essentially.
All the officials being outside the racetrack had a little bit of a scoring problem under yellow, but they're getting it figured out.
It's all right. I was on top of it. Don't worry.
You were topping it?
Top?
Speaking of, here comes the 51er on the high side. Absolutely ripping taw. We saw last time some people crossing that boundary, mostly scubs if we're being honest here. Very fine line. You have to go into the corner so quick to make that line work, and it's a very fine line before you jump over it and end up into those walls that we've seen Flip Electric build twice now. Looks
You
like
gotta
we're-
go ways. Oh, sorry, Kyle. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, looks like we have 16 cars officially on the lead lap. A bunch all getting caught a lap down under that yellow while they were slowing up for everything. Insane scenes here at South Boston.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to look back a ways to see where second place is, and that's Ali Alakainen. He's about little less than 4 seconds back, but that's still quite a bit of. That's a ways to go. And with all the lap traffic, this is turning out to be Andrew's race to lose at this point, especially if we get a green flag run here.
This entire top 5 is pretty interesting. It's almost exclusively people.
Oh, subverted! Oh no, Ali!
And the second
Oh.
place car saves it.
And he's gonna have time to pay him back too. He can't be happy with what just happened there.
No, if
I'd
there
be
was
pissed.
anybody to be a very unhinged person tonight, it's going to be Ollie. He's so frustrated with this lap traffic, and now they're fucking him all up. He's going to start driving backwards here shortly.
Got
The
Bill
more time
Rosabadomi
he-
behind him too.
The more time he messes with these lap cars, the more ground he loses to Andrew, and this is actually kind of playing into Andrew's flavor. Flavor of the week, guys. What is it?
Chocolate.
Fights.
fights. I like it.
Damn. There he is. Fearless Fred's unstoppable tribute car. Up in 4th right now. Working on getting 3rd. That's the 92 right ahead of him up there. That's for position. This is going to be a big day for this 28 team. They've kind of had some rocky luck lately.
Both of Pierre's tributes right here. We got Demonde Plywood driving our car. Doing a great job here today.
And this is all for position, except for filet mignon.
He won the Sprint Cup race in the 55 car earlier this season. Don't ask me what track it was.
That is gaslighting, sir.
I am gaslighting. All right. He almost won. That's what happened. I knew that.
That is true. He did lose, in fact, to Tumasato. Much to everybody that's watching's pleasure. That 50 can't figure it out. I've seen LW wrong on this parade no less than 5 times here. I think they're just trying to limp around, get as many spots as possible. But with how green this race has been, you have to think they haven't really got much to gain from this.
It's like airlines, Kyle. The more fuel you burn, the more points you earn. The points don't get collected anywhere, but you know what? It'll make you feel good.
Happy points, if you will. Hud Strickland about to lose all of his, running right up by that wall. Guys, people are getting so danger close to that wall exit in turn 2, and I'm very concerned with what we're going to see when somebody inevitably crosses that boundary and ends up getting into it. Fenton Barrels lining the outside there. It's going to make for a catastrophic incident if somebody crosses that line. Matt, I hear we got a developing story on pit road.
Yeah, guys, I just happened to be by the 28 box while you guys were talking about him. So I took a moment to have a word with his crew chief, Alan, and I just asked him, you know, how's it feel? You having a great run today? You brought him a fast car. What do you have to say? And Alan said, why are the other cars in front of him? To which I said, they are simply ahead of him on the racetrack, Alan. I don't know how else to explain that to you. Maybe he should go past them.
He sucked on my nose one time.
Yeah, that was
Excuse
weird.
me? Well,
Anyway, I'm gonna go find another story.
All right.
Well,
Good luck.
safe travels.
Find my phone while you're at it too.
I just tripped. Shit.
Well, that's not
Well,
good.
One sprained ankle later. Oh my god, the 50 car. Jesus, I thought he was going to hit the pit wall again. What is going on with that 50 team? They can't figure it out. On the contrary, though, Bill Wasabi making up some more ground. Honestly, this 92 is having an insanely good performance. Let's not forget, Bill Wasabi thrown into this car very unceremoniously. There we go. When, of course, Derek Polk had that awful accident at the Gauntlet. Didn't make it out. Bill Wasabi, though, taking up the mantle and arguably doing better than Derek was doing. This 92's been in the conversation almost every single week. Hasn't won, of course, but has been up front. Could win today if things shake out, but with all these lapped cars that are going to be in between him, going to be a very, very tough thing to do. Although, they've made a big chunk of time up on that 99 car, guys. He was 4.5 seconds ahead. It's about to be 3 seconds ahead. I have to wonder, is that 99 caught in traffic right now, or even worse, behind Scubs?
I mean, the gap is slowly coming down a little bit here.
He's ripping tar. That's the problem. Oh, the fix is in, guys. That's my car. Must have been holding him up on the bottom. I didn't tell him to do that, but it might be a kind gesture to make up for the fact he qualified dead last. Thank you, Ron Roundback. Unrelated, I will be posting a driver search on Craigslist. Please
Leader
apply.
in the wall.
Oh, whoa, leader in the wall.
Cease and desist follows him into it, too.
And look at that 55. That's Demonde Plywood. We mentioned him moments ago. He is now in the 2nd spot, and he's right there if the leader decides to wall himself again.
We
Not
got
only
Gutter
that-
Ball, a lap car in between them. He's going to play a good role in this.
Even if we get a caution at this point, David Gutterball really is the only lapped car that would factor in. Everybody else that was in that weird little sequence, all ahead of that 99 car, they'd all just get their lap back at this point.
Dude, Demonde is on a mission. He is hauling.
While we were speaking of Bill Wasabi, something I don't want to take away from Derek Polk. You know, he was quite forgettable, but he did win the race of Kansas that Slim Slady lost his life in, as well as 1,500 fans. He did win that race that was very overlooked and overshadowed by that tragedy, but he did get a win before his passing, so I don't want that to get slipped under the radar for too long.
That is true. We'll
Well,
give
something
credit
else
where it's
that
due.
might go under the radar is the 55 is taking the lead here at Sobo. New leader, Demonde Plywood.
That's our car.
It
Hashtag
is.
bye-bye. That's what it says in the car. That's what he's saying out the window. And I think the 50 is finally fixed. He's out on the racetrack, and it's going to come at the cost of this 55. He pulled out essentially right in front of him. That thing is cooked. He's not going to be going fast at all. You see the 27 getting forced high?
He's coming
never
back.
mind.
Oh, God.
That official has to be terrified.
He already...
And here-
oh.
Andrew making another move for the lead. The 99 car trying to take it back after dominating the start of this race.
He's gonna take it back with ease.
And you know, guys, I'm hearing from TOECAR insider Rob Pockets, our reporter, our colleague Matt, going to the infield care center with what is presumed to be a sprained ankle. Well, there goes our pit reporter. We keep losing pit reporters almost every time we have one. We're not doing a good job retaining our staff here at TOECAR, but that's besides the point because we have a great battle. Look at Ollie, about to get second here. The 55 caught up on that high side. It's a hard thing to come back from.
Now Ollie in the catbird seat if the 99 decides to make a mistake here or not. He's having a hard time getting around Harvey Quinn here.
These cars at this point realize they might be one of the first cars a lap down.
Hang on, guys. Mike Hilton's breath is in my ear. Hang on.
Wyatt Wilkinson, last week's winner, ripping the top as well. Not on, actually no, he is on the lead lap, trying to get up for a top 5 spot. Actually, there's Fearless Fred right ahead of him. Of course, the 33 wheat trim, and don't see him in the shot, but we know he's in the neighborhood because he was just battling this 28 car. We've seen the same 10 or so cars have insane speed today. We talked about it when the start, guys, right before the race even began. Track position. Track position is everything here at South
That's
Boston.
bullshit.
Well, I mean, you're kind of right. I guess David Gunnerball found his way up to the front.
David Dub doing a great job here coming back here after missing 2 weeks because of his combined legs. Already running P12 right now. Nothing too shabby there.
I've always wondered how they fix that. We have to ask Steve Basil one of these days. I assume they just break them back apart, but I don't know how that's done without... Oh, no, the 50 car's destroyed. I think he finally killed it, guys. I don't know what he hit, but it's damaged a lot worse.
Oh yeah,
That's
he's
not good.
struggling there.
Knocking over those barrels, that could be a problem if we ever have to pit.
Well,
And that official does not give a fuck. He's not even looking at him. He doesn't care. He's locked in. He's looking at the Bud Light
Because
sign in
it's
turn
off
2.
the racing surface, this is not going to bring out a caution. There's still going to be green here.
love to see that.
That official's fighting demons, staring right through that Bud Light logo.
Oh,
Oh.
no. It looks like he dropped debris when it happened. He probably knocked some of the fen out of those barrels.
Oh yeah, caution is out.
Oh man, they're gonna race back, and all these cars that were on the brink of being a lap down are all gonna get their lap back.
Huge break for those guys.
There's our leader, Andrew. Ollie Alakainen trying to follow him around.
Whoa.
Where are they
Where
going?
you
Give him a
going,
lane,
Andrew?
give him a lane, guys. Come on.
Why are they doing this though? When, where, why, how? I guess we'll never know.
But
Right on board old LW here. Starts ripping the top side with that buckled ass hood, and he's like, you know what? I like pitting. And then just takes out the official's knees again.
He's about to have combined legs after this one.
Oh, and then you see there all the fluid start leaking out of the barrels and the car.
And that guy's legs.
he has my phone. And we gotta make
Really?
picks too.
Oh, we have to make sure we have time. I hope this isn't the one to go. Alright, well, welcome back to South Boston, where we're going to be going green with less than 10 laps to go. Let's make our picks, guys. Mike?
For me, it's got to be Ollie. This man, he's been having a great run all season, but he has never been able to make it work. I think today's going to be the day. He's got determination in those eyes.
Tristan?
I don't know. 99, Andrew. I think he's been the dominant car.
Well, guys, looking no further than fourth, Bill Wasabi had a nice quiet day. I think we're not done seeing chaos, and he's going to benefit from absolutely all of it. As Jason Mason pulls off, we're once again green here at South Boston, and I also have some great news to report. Matt cleared from the care center. Also some bad news to report. There goes the 50 back out on track.
Yeah, guys, the crew down here at the 50 team, Dan McBee has been trying everything to get this 50 back up to pace, but I stole Claire's chair, and I'm wheeling around here, and I'm ready to go.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Give that
She didn't
chair
need it.
back.
That's
50
gotten
car
some
down
heat.
pit road
oh,
again.
gutter ball.
Oh, trouble, trouble.
No.
That's huge.
We're all in it. Oh, here comes the whole field to plow in, as per
Oh.
usual. TOECAR rules. Actually, they got through there kind of clean, but they are 4 wide. Oh, filet mignon.
Oh, they're wrecking
Turn
again. Is that Phil again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got turned twice, 2 corners in a row.
Oh, poor
Brutal.
lad.
Terrible news for one of our playoff cut line drivers. Let's see what happens.
It's him, guys. It's Gutterball who wants the fent. Into the barrels, gets that all sprayed all over the racetrack, and then just takes out one of our points contenders. And then into Giuseppe whatever your Italian name is, Gabagooli. That
Dadgum.
gum up on the wall for the 18th week in a row. That includes, I don't know.
I think that includes today. I think that's the second
Terrible.
time he's done that today.
Steel Park also involved again.
And the 50 is in the video and the race. And it just keeps on going down into turn 1, the 18 getting turned around for the upteenth time. Those people in them grandstands have seen some shit today.
Yeah, some shit driving. Let's ride on more with Italy. We're gonna see the 54 or 50 car, pardon me. Oh my god. There's nowhere to go for this 29. This guy had a great start to the year, but it's just been cursed after the first few weeks. I feel like this 29 has finished 30th or worse almost every single outing.
I don't know, just do better.
Man.
And then Filet just getting turned a second time. That's insult to injury. He was already last, already in multiple wrecks. Now he's in another 77. There's my car trying his best to get into another wreck. Good God. We're losing all control here at South Boston. Welcome back to South Boston, where Matt, you have an update for us?
Yeah, guys, the usual rule is that lapped cars would be falling to the back late in the race on restarts, but all of the crews have come together in protest of that, as they feel that they were treated unfairly due to pit rules. TOECAR officials being locked outside the track is causing a lot of commotion tonight. Scubs is lining up third, but he's not really third. You have to look a little bit further back for your real third, fourth, and fifth places. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we have another caution, if they finally give in to the demands.
Well, the demonstration there by all the teams, it worked at least for now. Andrew and Ali Alakainen are two leaders, kind of isolated up here, all in the front by themselves. Jason's in, and we're green. Gonna be 4 laps to go here on this restart.
It's crunch time, guys. Is Ollie going to start getting unhinged? Oh, man. Or he's going to get taken out by a lap car.
Why is Scubs wants his lap back that bad in case we get a green-white checker.
Now, these two have been hungry for a win all season. They've been close multiple times, but just could not seal the deal. So if it comes down to one of them, you know it's going to be a bloodbath.
Can he recover? Also, the 12 car on the high side again. The 92 trying to make a bunch of passes, as is the 33. They're not super far behind the leaders, but even with a few cautions, I think they're just out of striking distance, unfortunately, unless something happens to these two. We're coming to the white flag. It looks like Andrew...
84 is struggling.
Steel Park has joined the 50
White
in pit road.
flag.
It would take an act of God. How much does he hate the 99 car? I think he'll be okay. And around turns 3 and 4 for the final time. His first ever TOECAR win. Andrew, welcome to the playoffs.
Hell
Very
yeah,
impressed.
how about that? Dominating
place.
performance.
Ali Alakainen by a much smaller margin than you might have anticipated. Third place, Weed Trim almost got there. Bill Wasabi P4. Fifth place is going to be the 9 car. And we do. Colonel Caleb Rose. Guys, I think I saw a famous bull fly out of the car there. Well, guys, that's probably the cleanest TOECAR race we've ever seen. Probably the cleanest we'll ever see. I can't believe some of the runs we saw today. A lot of underdogs benefiting from the officials, of course, being locked outside the track. Big day for Keys.
Oh.
We didn't buy enough. Oh, the Colonel getting turned we saw there before. Kobe Keith just ran him over. Not entirely sure why he would do such a thing. Maybe he just doesn't like KFC. Nonetheless.
Whoa, whoa, guys, whoa.
Going on
Guys,
down there.
LW Ron just crawled out of his car, and he looked pissed off when he took his helmet off. He walked over to his crew chief, Dan McBee, said, "You motherfucker, we should have just parked the thing." Grabbed him by his ankles, and now he is flailing him all around the pit road, flapping him from side to side. This isn't going to be good for Dan McBee, guys.
Oh,
Living
no,
up
team
to
on
the
team
battle bot.
violence.
Living up to the BattleBot persona. There's some violence going on in the pits. We're not going to show you that. As you see there, editing our picture so you can't see the 50 car or its team. Gratuitous violence here on the pit road at South Boston.
It's going to be a fun...
He's getting his bees macked.
That'll wrap things up here today from South Boston. Andrew, welcome to the playoffs. Just Drew, however, no and in this situation, just one person. Ali Alakainen, P2, a great run for him. That's going to give that team a bunch of points, and points are something that you definitely need this time of year. Then somebody who changed really nothing about their playoff picture, the 33 team, Weed Trimmer, great run to build some momentum heading into the playoffs. Obviously already locked in. He could have finished last today for all he cared. P4, Bill Wasabi, great run for a brand new driver to the series essentially. Only a few weeks into it, showing that 92 car has some speed. P5, Wyatt Wilkinson. Another great run for that team. They're going to be a threat in the playoffs. P6, Demonde Plywood, hashtag not rigged, hashtag bye-bye. Our car once again with a stellar run with equal ratings. P7, Jackie said, despite the head trauma in the first accident today, Jackie said put a really good run together. Just has to see a doctor, yet again, weekly at this point. P8, Fearless Fred, another great run for the 28 team. It's been a season of highs and lows for that team. Today was a high for sure. Ron Roundback keeps his job one more week. Congrats on the top 10, buddy. However,
to you.
I mean, I would like to say I earned this completely and he did nothing. After all, I set up the car great. He qualified dead last. This is a miracle. Anyway, speaking of other miracles, the 86 car Reese Ware not imprisoned yet so far this season. Let's all give a quick round of applause for Reese Ware and that 86 team, keeping him out of trouble and getting a top 10 today here in South Boston. It wasn't a day free of chaos, though. As you see towards the bottom there, Master Chris blew a gearbox out at some point. LW Wrong still finished behind him despite being on the track for the finish. Bill Landlines was about 15 feet in the air at one point. And of course, the very short-lived career of Cold Stone Steve Ice Cream. You really hate to see that for that 8 team. Losing one driver, injuring a second one, and the third one might just retire out of sheer shame after what we just saw today.
I'm liking what we're seeing, guys. We're seeing a lot more green flag racing, a lot more competition on the track instead of just whoever has the most nutrition at the end. I think we're finally turning the new leaf here. I think we're going to see a lot of good shit coming into the final few races here. And Pyongyang and Kansas, they're going to be events to behold for sure.
Yeah, pretty good race today overall. Kind of chaotic, especially with all the lap cars lining up in numerous different spots where they don't normally line up. So that obviously played a huge factor in today's race. Awesome job to Andrew. Regardless, he put on a masterclass performance tonight. And yeah, I mean, I say the dominant car won the race, and that's exactly what happened today. So fun race overall.
Well, a lot of change of pace this season. We've seen races that were absolute bloodbaths. Somehow this one was pretty calm. You take what you can get here in TOECAR, and Andrew can get a win. Tomorrow, we head to the high banks of Michigan, where we're going to see insane speeds and insane racing. And then next week, the Trash Series heads to Talladega for what can only be a classic. We'll see you there. And from the booth here in South Boston, where we're locked out of the infield, thank you. Can we get inside? And good night.
Kyle, I was inside the track.
And you didn't do anything about it?
People were hurting each other. I didn't want to.
You were hurting people, mostly yourself and your ankle.
Didn't do anything.
Which Drew
You
shoe
literally
muscle?
hijacked Claire!
Stop bullying me.
What do you mean, Drew? Yeah,
Stop it! Stop the bullying!
You literally hijacked Claire!
Fuck Claire, bitch. Stupid bitch.